name is Michael Sheesby. I'm from High Five. I'm going to show you how people will be applying to become staff members at Pop Warner this year. So on the left, you're seeing somebody's phone, and on the right, I've just chosen the Falcons. This is, on the right, our administrative panel. Every one of the associations has been given credentials to log in. I just chose the Falcons for no good reason. When somebody wants to apply, and I'm going to pretend that I want to be a coach for a football team, they use their phone and they send a text message which says the word register to 58135. And they get a link back, and when they follow that link, they see this. It basically says, enter a few letters of the association you want to register for. So what I'm going to do now is pretend to be the guy who wants to be a coach for the Falcons and show you what it feels like. I'm going to say the Falcons. I just type a few letters and it figures out who I'm talking about. These are the Torrey Pines Falcons. And my name is, this is all being done on the guy's phone, Michael Sheesby, like this. Now, I want to point something out. If the administrator on their computer had gone to the data tab, which shows you a list of all the people that are known, the second that the guy says, I've created my account, he gets created here as an applicant for a staff role. We also support applicants for player or participant roles, but that's not being done using High Five this year. Anyways, so he's already been created. The coach on the left on his phone is asked to choose a password, and this is just password stuff. Okay, the next thing he's asked to do is to take a picture of himself for his digital ID. That gets handled right out of the gate. So I'm just going to do that in front of you. So that was done using the computer laptop camera, and on a phone, of course, it would use the phone. So it's, by the way, you don't have to install an app or anything. You just do what I did, and you'll have your picture taken. So I hit looks good, and that picture gets uploaded. And if you keep your eye over here, you'll see that it updates automatically. Now, the applicant on his phone sees whatever you would like him to see. I've configured this. It's called the personal pages, and everybody gets them, whether you're a staff member or an applicant, a guardian. If you were using this for the kids would have their own digital ID as well. Anyway, I've set it up with a link to Pop Warner so you can see what's, this is the Pop Warner website, but the registration is what this guy is after. So he goes into the registration folder, and he's got two things to do, a survey, and then he's got to upload some credentials. So I'm going to do it in front of you. I'm going to say I want to be a football assistant coach, let's say, for 10U, let's suppose, because I've got a kid in that division, let's say. This was copied from earlier. Middle name, nickname, you don't have to put in. Date of birth, just go way back. Way back. And fill in your stuff. I'm just going to say 112 Elm Street. And just making stuff up. Okay, so this is just quickly getting your information. The code of conduct, you need to fill out a signature. This is just basically doing online what's useful. It's already got my name and today's date, so all I have to do is sign it. And you notice that my thing updated when I did that. If we go look at the details, you can do it at any point. The database is always live, and if I say details, we'll see that he's applied to be in football, 10U division assistant coach. There's the address that I chose. And where we're going now is what we call credentials. These are things that need to be provided, and so far the code of conduct, we can see the signature that I did, but all the other stuff isn't done yet. So that's what the coach is about to do here. He says go to the Uploads tab, and it knows that this guy is applying to be a football assistant coach, and therefore the three things that he needs to upload are the USA Football certification, mandated reporter something something, and then concussion training, one of two ways of proving that he got certified. All right, so the idea is you need to go off and take training, which will produce a certificate, something you could screen grab, something that you get in the mail, I don't know. But you can prove that you took these courses. So, for example, the guy taps on USA Football certification. This will take him to the USA Football website where he can do the certification training. If he was to click mandated reporter certification, that would send him here. And then he's got two choices for concussion training. So the CDC has one way of doing it. And if I had made different choices on the first survey, and I'd said I wanted to do cheer and I wanted to be a demonstrator, for example, then I would have had to fill out YCATA certification. And if I was a head coach, I would have had to do CPR training. So it depends on what you're applying as. I said assistant coach for football, so these are the things that I need to collect. So you get the things, and these are going to be, like I said, screen grabs of certificates, or take a photograph of a piece of paper proving that you got these things. When you're ready, when you've got completed versions of all the items above ready to upload, you say ready, and then it gives you buttons to actually upload the things that you need to provide. So I don't have football certification. I'm just going to upload a small picture that says USA Football. It's just a little square graphic that says USA FB, just proving that I've uploaded the right thing into the right certification. Same thing for the mandated reporter thing, and same thing for the concussion training. Okay, so these are placeholders. In real life, the coach would be taking pictures of his CDC concussion training certificate, and he hits complete. And the next time we go in and look at this guy's details, down here we're going to see that the individual claimed to have code of conduct. The code of conduct is just the signature. He claimed to have CDC concussion certificates, and that's just that little graphic that I uploaded and the mandated reporter thing. So you saw me select and upload these little placeholders. And the idea is that the president or somebody on the association side approves these things. So they look at the photo and they say, yeah, I approve this photo. The reasons you might not approve a photo: gang signs, wearing a hat, against a really bright window so you can't see their face so well. Just remember that the badge is the public face of the league, and you don't want stuff there that you wouldn't be proud to show. So that's what it means to approve a photo. You don't need to do certification for an assistant coach. You do need to check that the guy signed the code of conduct and this and this. So you saw me look at the graphics. If the guy had uploaded a real football certification, then you would have seen it there and you'd say yes. So all of these things are good now. There's the idea of cross-checking, that the partner association can check stuff. This actually shouldn't be here. By the time you actually do this yourselves, you won't need to have the partner cross-checking the photo. That's true at some other leagues where they want two sets of eyes before it makes its way up to the conference. Okay, now up at the conference level, there is the notion of cross-checking stuff, and so the conference would log in to their own version of the admin panel and go into the approval worksheet. And we were looking for the, where was it, the Falcons. So the conference sees all of the associations and all of the staff that are applying. In this case, there's just the one. And they say, yeah, the photo is fine. They do the same cross-checking to make sure that they're also satisfied with the certifications. And when they're done, they say, add to roster. And basically, that means that the guy is now, I didn't touch anything. He was just converted to staff. and he's now seeing different stuff than he was seeing before. Instead of seeing registration, he sees game ID, for example, and this is digital ID. You guys will be working with printed lanyards, and so this may or may not be necessary, but you do have digital ID available. And you've got other things that can be done with High5, such as if you turn all the options on, MPR tracking and score input and so on. But anyway, what you just saw was the badging process, and you saw me go from an applicant to a full staff with cross-checking. You saw the whole process end to end. I'm here if you have any questions.